Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from. And real quick before we get started, as always, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and support to me as always. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. And if you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, loyalty crown badges, you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help, so thank you guys so much. And for today's video, like I promised you a few hours ago, I was going to be getting this video up for you guys. Once again though, please give a massive shout out to my girlfriend. It is her birthday tomorrow, so please, if you guys can shout out Bee a happy birthday, that would be awesome. But for now, there is going to be timestamps for wherever you want to go down below. I'm personally ranking the new treasure batch, talking about it, breaking it down, because honestly, a lot of the treasures are looking really nice, really promising this update. I got two personal favorites, and to get started, let's head on over to the Nikkepedia, because I do have them invested. I actually maxed out Moran's Treasure, and I got started with Privities, but obviously I ran out of mats, so when we're talking about the favorite items, let's talk about Moran's first, alright? Moran's Treasure is actually kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Starting with her phase 1, this is gonna be from a 10-10-10 scale, so do keep that in mind. But the difference here for her skill 1 is kind of crazy. So they kind of left this typical stuff here for the 47.18% of the final attack. But when raptures appear, what affects herself is that the cooldown of her burst skill goes down 20 seconds continuously, and she gets fervor. The fact that she gets cooldown burst skill for herself is really nice. That's a great introduction. So already on her skill 1, it's already a great start. With her phase 2, for her skill 2, the difference here is that she keeps the max HP and stuff. However, what gets added once again, for allies, cooldown of burst skill going down 7.48 seconds. So really good when entering full burst. She gets cooldown of burst skill. So even more of that to maximize her even more. Now, lastly, when we're talking about her burst skill, this is when it gets a little bit interesting. Everything kind of stays the same until we get to the bottom over here. So the biggest difference here is coming from the affects all allies. Not only does she get that damage taken going down 35.14% for 10 seconds and getting the defense buff, but now she gets attack 42.57% of the caster's attack for 10 seconds. Honestly, really good. And this is going to help both her PvE and her PvP. This is really going to help her PvE especially with the cooldown and that attack. That's going to definitely help her a lot more. I'm really excited for this. Plus, I loved her story. The treasure story was really sweet. I'm not going to spoil anything, but really nice. So I'm kind of a sucker for her. So I did simp a bit. I'm definitely going to go in and max her out. I'm really excited for her. So cannot wait to see the comparisons for how she performs and helps the team. Definitely can see her being a great flex now, especially when it comes to Solar Raid, especially coming with the cooldown of the burst skill. That's just going to be really helpful. So big kudos to that. And then following this, I do want to talk about our lovely girl Privaty. Privaty also got her treasure. This is my second favorite personally from the bunch. And there is quite a bit of changes here, I'm not going to lie. The first phase is going to be for her burst skill. So first things first, what affects herself is that now she gets superior elemental code attack damage going up 130% for 10 seconds. What superior elemental code attack damage is that each elemental code has a corresponding elemental code weakness. When attacking an enemy with an elemental code weakness, additional damage referred to as superior elemental code attack damage is dealt. Not only this, but they add practically over 1,000 more final attack as burst skill damage for her. Rather than 457%, we're at 1,400%. Wild stuff. And then not only does she get the stun still, but now designated target attack goes down 5.02% for 10 seconds. So really meaty right here. All right. So already great start right here for her burst. Fantastic stuff. Phase 2 activates when landing, hits the target. Everything seems to stay the same here, but here is the difference. Not only does she deal even more final attack as additional damage, going from 85 to 256%, but now she has damage taken going up 10.01% for 10 seconds. So that's in regards to her skill 2. And then activates when the last bullet hits a target in designated target status. Now, this goes up practically 600 more percent now, going from 1089% to 1687%. Wild stuff. So, great boost for her. And I already had her kind of invested and she's core 7. So really excited to see how she turns out when I max her out. And for her skill 1 that you get on phase 3, everything seems to stay the same here. However, she does get attack damage going up 20.16% for 10 seconds. So a little bit on the weaker side compared to everything else, but still that attack damage is greatly appreciated. Her phase 1 and phase 2 are definitely some of the crazier parts. And honestly, really surprised. For now, let's move on and let's start talking about my third favorite, or I guess in the order would be my least favorite. But I feel like Zwei is in a weird spot because I feel like other characters should have had the treasure spot, honestly. But still, for Pierce, they can probably do something good, so I'm interested to see. For her phase 1, which affects her burst skill, the biggest thing here is that she gets this new section called Pierce Attacks 101. Pierce damage going up 25.03% for 10 seconds. So she gets an additional part in Pierce damage, but it's added to a new part of her kit called Pierce Attacks 101. This goes hand in hand with her new skill 2, because activates when performing a normal attack while in Pierce Attacks 101 status and affects all allies. Critical rate going up 15% for 5 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. So now this can be 45% on top of what you get up here already. So really nice little change here to also like add with her nice little burst skill right here. So actually really nice for Pierce. And then lastly, for her phase 3, when it comes to her skill 1, the biggest difference here is that now activates when performing a normal attack during full burst and affects all allies. Pierce damage goes up 24.99%, stacks up to 3 times for 1 round. So honestly, really nice Pierce damage buffs. This is actually gonna be really helpful, but for me personally, I feel like right now I'd rather invest into Moran and investing into Privaty rather than investing in Zwei, but that's just me. If you're already invested in any of these units, maybe they take more priority. I'm just giving you an idea based on my opinion and what I'm seeing here with the kit itself. I think they did great here. We're kind of 3 for 3 here, which is fantastic, honestly. Great treasure batch already. More excited than the last batch that we had. Doesn't feel underwhelming. Now it gets a little dicey because unfortunately, I feel like Centi did not get the same amount of TLC, unfortunately, which is kind of a shame, I'm not gonna lie. Her first phase 1 affects her skill 2 field discussion. Now, rather than creating a shield equivalent to 6.38% of the caster's final max HP, which protects all allies from damage and lasting for 5 seconds, what affects all allies, not just herself, it creates a shield equal to 7% of the caster's final max HP for 5 seconds, which is not bad. The fact that this affects everyone now is actually a great little change. So not bad, just, you know, wish there was just a little bit more, but still, the fact that it affects everyone now is a great change. Now with phase 2, which affects her skill 1, changing from activates when landing full charge attacks and affects self, cooldown of skill 2 going down 9.16%. Now it's changed to activates at the start of the battle and affects herself, forcefully uses skill 2. So right off the bat, you are going to be using it right away, and then activates when landing a full charge attack and affects self. You still keep that same cooldown, but now it actively forces to use skill 2. And lastly, activates when the shield created by Centi is destroyed and affects all allies. Recovers 9.7% of the caster's final max HP as HP. That is some actual nice healing right there. And I wonder how this is going to affect when it comes to, like, I don't know, maybe PvP and stuff. PvE, I still can see some good things, especially for the healing, but still nothing too crazy here. And lastly, with her phase 3, which is affecting her burst, the biggest difference here is that now what affects herself is that max HP goes up 5% for 10 seconds. So once again, you know, it's just like a little underwhelming. Some more heals though, and shield for the team is actually great. I just wish they did a little bit more, but I got lucky this go around because my investment was actually with Moran and Privaty. This time I got lucky, didn't have to worry about any milk issues, so we're good to go here. So really happy about that. And honestly, great job on the treasure batch for the most part. You know, Centi's is pretty underwhelming. I feel like some people were comparing her to Milk, but I feel like Milk's is still just trash. And at least Centi got some pretty good changes when it came to the shield and more healing. So I wouldn't say that she's Milk quality, but it's very underwhelming compared to the rest of the cast for this treasure badge. But definitely excited for Moran and Privaty. Like I mentioned, I already got the outfits, so, you know, some good looking wallpapers. Not going to say anything else, no context to anything, no spoilers, but great looking wallpaper, can I just say. She deserves a gotcha skin. Waiting for that shift up, drop that, and I will be milking my wallet even more for you. So awesome, kudos to that. Let me know how you feel about this upcoming treasure batch. What are your goals? What is your primary character that you're going for? Let me know. Whole lot of yap in this video, but I still hope you appreciated it. But that is going to be it from me. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, lovely night wherever you're from. And as always, thank you so much for the constant support. Take care and have a good one.